watching here. Hasbro also over 105 this morning. We'll watch this stock. This would be a great pullback stock if this stock pulls back, and we can take it a little bit lower for the morning session here. But this is Hasbro long over 105 here this morning. Okay, who do we have with us here this morning? We've got Clifton, our TradeNet support manager, is with us here this morning. If you need something throughout the day here, just click on Clifton's name, leave him a private message, and he will get back to you just as soon as possible. Amir Barak is with us here today. You hear from Amir on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just like Neil is here this morning. Neil, you hear from Neil on Wednesdays and Fridays here in the room. Gabriel, our platform support person here, anything that you need throughout the day regarding the platform, Gabriel is here to help you. Michael Orevi, my trading partner, is here in the afternoon sessions. He's with us this morning. And Tomas is with us this morning. And we have a German trading room, a Deutsche Chat tab here in the room. If you'll click on that, you can communicate with Thomas throughout the day here. He'll be with us here today. You can communicate in German right back and forth. Tomas, guten Morgen to you. Hopefully you're doing well this morning. Good to see you here this morning. Special announcement to everybody out there with about 3.5 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go. Mayor will be leading you guys this morning. After the morning bell, I will not be here for the day today. I know many of you will be surprised, but we had a death in the family over the weekend, actually yesterday, and I will not be able to be in the room today with arrangements and family things that need to be tied up today. So my apologies to you. I thank you all in advance for all of your kind words, and appreciate the community here as we start going forward. So again, as soon as the bell rings, I will not be here for the day. Michael will be here with Mayor, and Mayor will be trading the day with you guys here in the morning. Michael will take care of the rest of the day. So just bear with us today. I'm going to take the day and be with the family. I will be back tomorrow. And I sure do appreciate the family here in the trading room. I know that if you've ever been through that as a family member, it is tough, but I certainly appreciate it, and I hope you guys understand that I just need today to take off. So I will turn it over to Mayor. Mayor is about ready to come in here to the room, take you guys through the morning session, and again, I will check back tomorrow morning and get the morning session started with you guys, as I did today. And watch out for some of these stocks that that we talked about here this morning, and get going. We've got about a minute left, and before the bell happened. So yeah, no, our family member's been battling his health for a little while, and succumbed yesterday. So it's about as much as I want to share this morning. But we'll get Mayor in here. We'll get the day started here. Everybody will be in great hands, as you usually are here in the room. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, absolutely. Neil brings up a good point. Just be patient this morning, as it is a Monday morning, and you don't need to rush into any type of trades here this morning. Mayor, good morning to you.
Hi, traders.
Trust you're doing well this morning.
I am. Sorry about the news, Scott. I heard, of course. Just be strong.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And traders, I will see everybody tomorrow. Mayor, I'll turn the charts over to you.
Thank you.
And I trust everybody will have a great day today. God bless. Thank you.
Okay, traders, market just about to start. I'll take over the charts. And let's do our best. For some reason, I can't do screen sharing.
Mayor, I can put up my charts until you get yours going. We'll give you a little bit more time here. Yep.
I can't do that for some reason. I log out and I'm moving down.
Okay. Okay, traders, as we talked about here, just wait for the trades to come to you. I will be taking Hasbro here. This is a great trade. Hasbro over the 104 mark. HAS long over 104. You see it on my screen here. Let's pull back to start things off here, but watch HAS. About a nickel to go on Hasbro. I'm long the stock at 104.10. 104.10. I guess I don't need to pull the level 2 in here since we're already past that. 104.10 entry into Hasbro. See if we get this trade to go. I also want to watch Facebook this morning, 211.
Time.
Okay, I'll try it. There you go.
I can do it now. Yes, I can. Okay, should be able to see my screen soon. Some of my main candidates today are AJL, as you can see here, ITW, also watching Tesla. Tesla could be shorted. It's too early to short Tesla. It's too spready now. I'll wait a little bit more. Watch HAL here under 4240. Looks interesting. It's a shame to see Tesla coming down, but I couldn't jump on this one. It was too early. Also watching PepsiCo PEP, which looks interesting. It's down enough though, but I do like the reversal. HAL is looking more and more interesting. The fact that it's moving up is great. Also watching HAS for a possible long. HAS will go long over 104.50. Nice reversal here if it's going to move higher. The highs is 105. I think we may have a trade in HAL soon. New entry point should be under 42. I need to see it moving up a little bit. It's coming down, but it's one red candle. And when you see one red candle like that, that usually means a pullback. So although this should be right now the reversal point where I should short AJL, since it happened in just one red candle, I can't move in. I just see a small pullback. Even what you're seeing now is okay. Look at this very small green candle now. That makes 42.60 a good entry point. Watch if it moves under 42.60, I'm going to short it. HAL, I did post HAL, not at this price. Get ready to move in. Get ready to move in. Under 42.60 if it triggers. Just managed to write it down. Did not trigger. Doesn't look like HAS wants to move higher, not now. Well, I wish I had Tesla. But it was too early and it was too spready, so not much I can do about it. Couldn't do much about it. HAL did not trigger. Watch ITW. I don't remember ever trading ITW. But look at the daily here. It moves under the recent lows. It looks great. Netflix is coming down nicely too. ITW can be shorted under 137.50. Whoa, it's a bit spready. Okay, I'm about to short. I'm shorting now. I'm short ITW. A bit risky. Mind your quantity. Under 137.50. It already moved. I didn't have time to post it. Sorry. I'm going to post it now. There we go. You could still join in now. It has approximately 20 cents spread. It's not too much for this stock. It's a big, big mover. Now watch AJL as it comes down again to the 42.60. We can short it real soon. If it moves under 42.60, it bounces exactly at that point. ITW is at the trigger point, so it's still a valid entry. Stop is going to be over the highs. So it's a little bit more than $1 stop loss with ITW. And AJL just triggered. I'm short AJL. I have two trades now, AJL and ITW. Market's moving down, so that should be helpful. Should be helpful. Netflix coming down with strong. I missed pizza too. PZZA. Papa John. HAL is moving. The lows is 42.20. I like to take it somewhere at the 20s. I like to have my partial. Somewhere under 42.30. I expect it's going to have some kind of support near the lows. So I can get somewhere at 42.20s. That should be good. I may want to leave it a chance to move under the lows. Here it comes again now. So if it comes under 20s and then makes some kind of a pop-up, I'm going to take my partial. Hopefully I can, because it's a big mover. I don't like what ITW is doing now. It looks like it may be uptrending here. I may reduce my size soon. I'm about to reduce my size with ITW reducing now. Reduce my size at a relatively small loss. I'm still holding half size of ITW. It may continue coming down. This small pullback here does not look good, but it's not the end of the game. I am, however, going to close it if it moves over 138.50. So although my stop was supposed to be over the highs, my new stop is going to be over 138.50. Okay, you watch HAS now. We could go long over 102.50, HAS. I just posted it, it's about to trigger. Now I'm long, HAS. HAL still looking good, but ITW does not. Again, I'm going to close ITW now. I'm closing. I'm out of ITW. It's probably going to move over the highs. So I do have a loser in ITW, not a big one, because as I mentioned earlier, I closed half of my trade at a relatively small stop loss, and then now the rest. Well, an unpleasant loss, really, dollar-wise, but could have been worse. HAL is looking fine. It's moving down once more. Ready to move higher. The market is helping. HAS is looking good too. We have $1 now in HAS. I'm getting ready for my partial. Did not take my partial yet. May have missed my partial. It was at 70s. I should have had my partial there. I'm going to wait a bit more. But I should have had a $1 partial in HAS, which I did not take. HAL did move down. I missed this move. It was supported where it was supposed to be supported at the 20s. I think I may want to give it a chance to move under the lows. Market's moving down, so that should be helpful. HAS hopefully will move again higher. And I'm still watching this ITW. Here comes HAL. It's at my target, but now I'm going to leave it to move under the lows, which is 42.20. I think it's going to make it. Bounced twice. Yes, it did. Get ready for a partial. Let's try and get a little bit more out of it. Get ready for a partial. Don't let it move over 15 now, or 42.15. Just don't let it move over 15. It's coming to the whole number now, which is 42, and it may be bouncing from here. Now, we should be very, very lucky if it moves under 42. Do we? Are we lucky? If it moves over 10 now, take your partial. Now, took my partial at 11 or 12, I'm not sure. Worked out fine. It was a lovely trade in HAL. HAS is still holding high. ITW, I may want to short this one again under 137.30. I'm going to post it once more, ITW. Failed to move higher. And the market's moving down. So I'm watching ITW for a possible short again. Very careful with this one, it's a big mover. And I missed my partial in AJS. I hope, really hope it's gonna make its way back to the highs. I do have a few seconds now to take a look at some of your picks. Is there anything I should be watching, traders? Yeah, Tesla did a great job coming down. Problem it happened just a little bit too early and it was a bit too spready, so I couldn't touch this one. CLF, I don't like this one. Look at the numbers at CLF. It's a very small mover. WDC, too late. I wouldn't trust it. It's a little bit extended to the downside now. I wouldn't trust it. That could be interesting, although it's just going sideways, maybe under lows. What's the low? 32.50, 33.50. Looks interesting. I like the daily too. Could be shorted under 34. High risk trade. What's the lows? 33.52. I'm interested in pets. Here comes Halliburton. Okay. AJL. I'm getting ready to cover some more. Covering some more now. Lovely move in AJL. Come on, AJS, make my day. Please go up. Now the market's moving down and AJS somehow is moving up good. Come on. One more push here. I'm going to try and let it move over 104 now because it bounced at the 104 line. So once you go through a pullback, you could possibly gain a little bit more. Possibly. Let's see. Looks good. ITW is trying to make up its mind. Come on, AJS. So, okay, I'm watching this pets thing. Small size left in HAL. Race is a dual traded stock. That's a problem with this one. Watch the daily of Race. You'll see it's a dual traded stock. Here it is. Guys, when you watch, okay, here comes HAS. Get ready for a partial. Try and let it move over 104. Good, just did. Come on, AJS. Come on. Just a bit more. Any pullback now, I'm going to take, took my partial. It was a great trade anyway. Took my partial. I was hoping to see more. Okay, watch ITW. I'm shorting now. I'm short. No, I missed it. Why? Did I use a limit order? I think I did. Shorting now. Chased it down a little bit. Smaller size. Not really a small size. Okay, I am short ITW. Can it pay back my earlier loss? I hope it can. So far it looks good. The loss is 136.10. So you see, when you watch Race daily, you can see that it has gaps like in almost every day. That means it's a dual traded stock. Now it's Ferrari too, so you probably realize that it's been trading on, I guess, the Italian market. ITW is looking good. Good. The lows is 136.10. Can we let it move under the lows? I'm waiting just a bit more. I'm taking a big risk here. It's a huge mover, but it came down with very nice momentum. The problem is the market. The market changed direction. We've seen the market coming down quite strong, and now we're moving back to the entry point, really. So market didn't really make up its mind, but ITW is coming down with such a nice momentum, and it's down 7%. So I'm kind of thinking that we have a good chance to see it moving to a new low. 136.10 is the lows. So my answer about pets is, about Race, I don't like to trade it. I didn't really see pets moving under 34. I was thinking about shorting pets under 34, but I did not. Okay, anything else to be wrote? OMC, okay, let's see, OMC. OMC, very strong, very, very strong. You could go long somewhere. Right now, I don't see good technical. Oh, I hit the daily. Daily like that usually suggests it's not going to go much higher. So usually when you see a stock crashing down that way, look at that. Here comes the crash and it continued. Usually the pullback day should be on the fourth, sometimes on the third day. You see this one's on the fifth day. So it behaved right. That's the pullback of crash. When it crashes down and then pullbacks, you never trust it. You just don't know where it's going to go. You just don't know where it's going to go. So I wouldn't trust OMC, although I'm watching the intraday and the intraday looking really good. Let's see MU. MU, we could find a short opportunity in MU. We could find a short opportunity in MU, maybe under 42, 52.40. Stock's down 4%. How's the daily looks like? Daily looks good for a short. It's trending lower. Maybe under 42.40. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm not sure it has what it takes to continue trading lower. Tesla also looks quite the same if you watch Tesla. Just that both of them are a little bit extended to the downside, and I think both of them are trying to move higher. The one that really looks a little bit better is probably Netflix under 356, which is now, but I'm also a bit hesitant to take this one. Market still moving higher. Anything else? So yeah, I like all of them, but not too much. Don't trust them. What else? PZZA pizza looks very good. It's down 7%. It should continue. It looks great. 7. It's spready. I don't know. I have my concerns about market direction. Looks good. 47.70. Those the lows. Okay, let's short small size pizza. PZZA under 47.70. It's going to be small size. Stop is probably 80 cents. Not sure. Pizza. AJL is making it smooth. And we can also short MU. Also, I'm not taking small size under 52.40. Watch it, it's close. MU. Stop is going to be approximately 40 cents, maybe less. It's pulled up a little bit. It's a good sign. What's the market? Market maybe trying to make another leg down. I think it is really, because Nasdaq moved all the way down to the lows, which is a good sign. Okay, so watch MU and Pizza 2. We do have the help of the market, which we did not until a minute ago. And I'm still waiting for ITW. Watch MU, it's going to trigger soon, I think. Watch MU, it's close. Under 52.40. I want to make sure it's coming down. The technical reversal point was already there if you watched it. So technically speaking, we should have been in under 52.50. But sometimes when you watch a stock moving down to 52.50 like that, and although the technical stop is already in place, I want to get a little bit more sure about its direction. And I'm glad I did, because look at it now, it's moving slightly higher. I just want to make sure it's coming down. Just want to make sure it's coming down. There's never such a thing as being sure. But, you know, it's... Wow, PepsiCo did come down. I didn't see that one coming, really. Oh, the market's bouncing higher a little bit. Now, if you watch pizza, you can see that PZZA did pull up with the market a little bit, but not like MU. So from a technical perspective, it looks better, although right now it did pop up. Okay, so when I have an entry point and the stock is not moving to my entry point and bouncing just like you see MU doing right now, well, that's good because I'm seeing it moving higher right now and it tries to move higher, and then if it fails and come back, that would be much better. So MU is trying to move higher. I was a little bit concerned the stock is a little bit extended to the downside, and it proves to me right now that it really wants to move higher so far. But if it's going to bounce here, just touch the view up. If it's going to bounce and get back to my entry point, that should look real good. That should look real good. And I'm watching this PZZA thing, and it also looks fine. Did not move up as much as this one. I'm reducing some more size in AJS traders. I think AJS is thinking about bigger pullback now. I may be wrong. Just left 100 shares in HAS. Okay, good. ITW is not looking that great right now. Still waiting. Tesla is looking a little bit better for a possible short. And I'm coming back to you guys. Anything I should be watching? Let's see. MSFT, Microsoft. Hardly trade this one. It's usually not a big mover. Today too, although the 107 point highs looks very good. Microsoft's supposed to have earnings this week, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, well, over the highs. I don't usually trade Microsoft. It's not a big mover. Look at the technical formation there. I mean, you should be lucky to get 25 cents out of this trade if it triggers. I should be following, though. I'll follow it. It's on one of my charts now. But the market's still holding near the lows. Oh, come on, ITW. Come on. There she comes. You see, sometimes you ask them nicely and they do. But continue now. Please. Microsoft just triggered if you like that trade. I wasn't sure about this one. It could do well. Come on, ITW. Come on, ITW. One more push. Come on. Come on. Come to Papa. Under the lows. Microsoft did well. I didn't see Microsoft making 20 cents in no time. Microsoft did really good. If you didn't follow me on Microsoft, which I hope you didn't, you should be able to have your partial by now. I didn't trust that. Wonderful, wonderful looking breakout formation. Look at that. It happened. Microsoft don't usually do that. Look at that. 107 did well. I didn't see that coming really. Come on, ITW. I trusted you. One more push. Now, the interesting thing about ITW is that the lows 136.10 is very, very close to 136, which is a whole number. Usually you would expect a stock to stall at whole numbers. There she comes under the lows. But now, once it moved under the lows, which is very close to 130, I think there's a very, very good chance, and it did, to move under the lows. Get ready for a partial. Took my partial. I don't trust this one. I took my partial. Did I move to green territory? No. Combination of my two trades in ITW did not take me to green territory. Here's how my account looks like right now, traders. I do have a nice gain in AJL, as you can see here. And AJS, great trade. ITW had two trades, one loser, one winner. My end result is down $140. So my first losing trade was worse than my best. However, I am starting my day up $6,300. And that all happened in less than 30 minutes. So I'm doing good. I hope you do too. Watch MU here. I'm about to shorting now. MU just moved under 52.40. Just shorted MU. Just shorted MU. Small size, as I mentioned. Don't really trust it too much. The market did come to the lows, so I guess we are kind of downtrending. Although the move should be just a move. It moves under the lows. Until then, it's a support area. Small size left in ITW. I can't say I like what it's doing now. Stop is going to be over 138. I'm going to have a stop over 138 in ITW. Now, often I'm being asked, if my stop has anything to do with the fact that I moved into ITW, hold on, I just need to have a hard stop here. I don't want to watch it all the time. I'm just checking my number, the number of shares I have, the price I'm putting at my stop, 138.01, click the button, I have a stop. Good. So I'm being asked many times about the fact that I let the stock move under my entry price. So my entry price was 137.20 something earlier when I shorted it, somewhere around here. And my stop loss right now for the last 300 shares I have is over 138. So people do ask me, oh, look at MU, that's bad. Hold on. Market change direction, that's what the problem is. That's the problem. Now we're very close to the whole number here. I should have stopped it at the 80s, 81. But it moved up a little bit too quick, didn't really give it a chance to move out. Maybe it did, I wasn't watching it. Now I'm looking for a small bounce, but the bounce is very close to 53. So the best technical thing I can do is put a stop over 53, although my stop should have been around here. 52.80. 53.01 going to be a stop, and it may reverse and come down, but the problem is now the market is coming down. Look at Microsoft. I didn't see 50 cents coming. Wow. That happened. Very nice in Microsoft. Wish I trusted this one a little bit more. The thing is, I just don't trade Microsoft. It's usually such a small mover. I didn't see 60 cents coming so easy. Quite fast. So again, I'm watching ITW, and I just mentioned earlier, once I have my partial, the risk is away. So you see, I just had a very nice short in ITW, probably $1 or so. And now I have small size left. So question is, should my stop be where my entry was? My entry has nothing to do with the stop. I should leave ITW some space. stocks don't behave like we like them to behave. Stocks behave in their own personal way. So if you're watching ITW and you're trying to get a longer trade out of this one, because ITW right now is at 136. Now watch the daily of ITW. ITW is a big mover. Now watch certain days here when it came down. You see that day, for example, 149 to 141. That's an 8-point move. That one looks the same. That one looks the same. So ITW can't do 8-point move. So I don't have 8 points right now in ITW. I have 1 point. So if I'm going to leave it some space for the rest of my 300 shares, I could make as much as I did for my partial. So the thing is, ITW is such a big mover. If you don't leave it any space and you just put your stop where your entry price was, which has nothing to do with a technical game, just you don't want to be in a stock that is moving beyond your entry point. That's why I take a partial of at least 3/4, usually more, even 90%, and that gives me some cushion to play with. I have watch MU. If it's going to move a cent over 53, I'm out. So I have enough space now for my last 300 shares to let it move down. I don't want to have a tight stop. I want to play a longer game with ITW, and my entry point has nothing to do with the right technical game. Watch the way it behave and make your decision according to the way it behave. What I hate to see now is the market moving as strong as it did. You see, came very close to the lows, did not move under, meaning we didn't have a trend, and now look at this huge upside spike. So that really something that can kill every short. And although MU is still in the game, I don't see much of a chance that it's going to hold, but maybe it will. So we do have a nice reversal now in MU, but the problem is the market spiked so strong, it may take MU with it. It already did. So MU is down 4%. That may save us. That may save us. But the market's moving up too much. And I'm still watching this pizza thing, PZZA, although certainly doesn't look as good as it did earlier when the market was coming down. And I don't really have any other candidate for short right now. The only thing I could go with right now is a long, or unless I see something perfectly good as a short. So you guys are pointing out what Ali Hassan just spotted, MAT. Let's see, Mattel. Very nice uptrend, although earlier it came down, closed the gap, so technical, amazing. Started with the gap up, moved down, closed the gap, reversed exactly where the gap was closed, and now going up. The problem, Ali, is it's not a big mover. See, I mean, it did. Well, today it is a big mover. That's the wrong thing to say. That was the wrong thing to say about MET today. It's up 3.8%. Let's see the daily. Daily looks fine. It's uptrending. Kind of look like a market. Maybe if it comes over 1670, I would appreciate if somebody's going to point it out for me. Right now, I don't know. I'm going to post it on one of my charts here, and let's see what happens later. But it does look interesting. GE, trending lower. Well, I wouldn't trust a stock that's trending lower today. GE is coming down. It's also, I think it also has some, it's supposed to be reporting this week, if I'm not mistaken. The daily looks terrible. Daily really looks terrible. It really crashed on Friday. Now it's coming down. I wanted to say it looks like a car crash. The problem is I have some bad memories now. If you've been with me on Friday, the day that I shouldn't have been trading, because my mental situation on Friday was terrible. My parents had a car crash. So they're fine. Some bruises, some broken ribs, stuff like that. My mother, actually, not my father. And so I'm going to change my vocabulary for the next week. Not going to talk much about crashes, car crashes. Plus, I had myself a car crash, and I don't think I even mentioned that one in the room. 2 days before that, I stopped at a traffic jam, and a lady behind me played with her phone, didn't notice me, and crashed into my new BMW, which now does not longer look like a new BMW. Well, but I'm fine. She's fine too. I came out with nothing really, which is one of the advantages of driving an expensive car. So, wasn't a very good week for me, car crash wise. Facebook, let's see. Certainly uptrending. Did come with the market. See, when the market came down, it came with the market, closed the gap and more. Daily looks great, and it does report this week too. Now, I'm coming back from watching it. Microsoft. I mean, I missed the Microsoft trade. I certainly did miss this one, and I'm thinking whether I should disregard Facebook too, because it also reports this week. It is trending higher. It is up 0.4%, and the market is moving higher. And it does have a nice bull flag at 211. The highs here, that's 95. Well, considering the fact I did not take Microsoft, I'll pay for it by taking Facebook over 211, small size. I like it. Facebook's uptrending. Tried to move lower and failed. Just going to be smaller size. Anyway, I'm trading smaller size now because I'm up very nicely today. I'm not going to throw that away. Again, I don't know how many times I mentioned here in the room those years when I started trading and I was making so good like I do today, but then giving it all back just for, feeling a little bit over secure, like having a good day, you kind of feel like you're invincible. And that's the kind of days where you really want to reduce your size. You really want to reduce your size because this invincible feeling is all wrong. Absolutely wrong. So yes, Facebook does look nice, and I can possibly take a look at some more. What else do you have? Netflix, Drew. Let's see. NFLX. It's uptrending, but there's a lot of kind of stories about what's the future in Netflix. And I don't think it's a good idea. Watch Facebook is getting close. I'm long. And the fact that Netflix is down 0.5% while Netflix is down 0.5 while Facebook is up 0.4. So that's a different game. I rather be long Facebook, which is up 0.4, rather than Netflix. Look at this technical shakeout. Usually when you see something like this, it has no reason to come down by 30 cents, which it did now, or 40 cents. Don't mind these pullbacks. What you're seeing here is a good excuse to buy more. Not that I'm going to do that, but usually traders use these pullbacks, these shakeouts to buy more. There's no reason for Facebook to move up that strong and then to come down so strong. It's like 90% chance, I don't know if 90, but very, very good chance it's going to return to the 211. No reason for it to do what it's doing right now. So shakeouts like this shouldn't take you out. I don't care how much it comes down now. It comes down quick, you never move out on a quick candle. There's a second quick candle now. You never move out. It's usually just a shakeout, nothing else. The market did pull back from the highs, but not dramatically. Now, at this point, you should ask yourself a very simple question. Can you hold for this 50 or maybe 60-cent pullback now? You should. That all depends on your size. The stock has done nothing bad. Look at its uptrend. If I'm going to paint you right now the uptrending line of Facebook, there it is. Stock is uptrending. Nothing wrong. I mean, it did come down 70 cents and I hate it, but did Facebook do anything wrong? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The only reason you may be out of this trade now is because you took the wrong size. But when you play the technical game, you should play it all the way. So there's two things here you should be watching. One, you never move out on quick spikes, and these two initial candles were rather quick. I hope I'm going to see a pullback now so I could have a stop. But I don't, not yet. Maybe the beginning of a pullback now. You see this small bottoming tail, which I'm not sure can be regarded as a pullback. I'm going to wait a bit more. So Facebook came from the highs, nothing wrong, it's uptrending. Came here too, you see this one? Did the same thing here and came back up and moved higher. Look at the way it moved here and then came back down. This is a little bit bigger, but it already moved up quite a bit. So nothing wrong about Facebook behavior. You got to play the right technical game or don't play this game at all. Do I like the fact that it's down 70 cents? No, I hate it. But did it do anything wrong? Absolutely not. I'm no longer interested in pizza. HAL, let's see. HAL is trending lower. I'm still holding 100 shares. I hope it's going to continue, but I don't see anything really amazing there. IRBT, let's see. Not enough volume, Ali Hassan, not enough volume. I like the trend, I like the momentum, but not enough volume in IRBT. That does not count for a valid pullback, in my opinion, from Facebook. But it did stop a little bit and now it's coming back down, which right now does not look as good as I thought. But it's not over. Game is not over. This could be the pullback now. This, right now. This green candle. This green candle. This could be the pullback. Again, you never ever move out on a spike like that. Never ever move up. You just wait. And the pullback will come. Question is just when. AMZN, let's see, Amazon. Also, stocks is going to report this week. Nowhere's on. Nowhere. No, nothing I can see here. Came down strong, now it's kind of trending higher, but really kind of unsure about its direction. Like the daily of course is rather strong, it's moving higher, it looks kind of okay, but nothing special though. Nothing special. I don't see anything. Tesla was something I missed today. I probably should have traded it today, maybe here, but when I watched it, that was a second or third 1 minute candle here. And when I watched it here, it's just was too spready, so I couldn't really join. And now I don't see any trend in Tesla. Okay, now I'm not sure I like Facebook anymore. It did kind of pull back up. Now it's coming down again. We do have the view up here to protect us. But I think you should probably let it go if it moves under 210.20 now. Okay, I think we have a solid support now at 210.20, which is where my stop should lie now. We'll manage it manually. If it comes down under 220, I'll be out. Because now what you're seeing here is Facebook building kind of bear flag. The market is coming down too. Now what's the story with the market? It was supposed to be uptrending. But the market changing direction so rapidly, I mean, it didn't yet, but it may soon. Still is uptrending, but it may soon. Trading then becomes very, very dangerous. You just don't know which side you should be on. Watch Facebook. If it comes here under 20, I should be out. I'm out. That's a bear flag now. Now, it did wrong. See? That's it. It just did wrong. It broke the trend line, had some support, broke that, moved lower. I don't know what's going to do next. If it's going to go back to the highs, that's just a very untechnical way of Facebook to behave, but I do have a loser in Facebook. Okay, I guess I should be much, much more cautious now. MU is still in the game. If you like Tesla, you could short it under 295. That is if the market is going to come down now. Okay. Yeah, that's maybe true. Eddie from our YouTube channel says that we should kind of swing Facebook today, not day trade it, possibly. I also see a very good chance that Facebook is going to get back to the highs, but I'm not willing to bet my money on this. I'm not willing to bet my money on this. Absolutely not. AJL just came under the lows, looking great. MU still holding, and if the market is going to change direction again, meaning come down, which is possible because we just closed the gap. I did not notice this earlier. Market moved up, closed the gap, and at the point of closing the gap, it reversed, which is something I should have noticed. I'm also short ITW, 1.5 point approximately. Just about to move to a new low, ITW. And again, I'm playing the longer trade here in ITW, hoping it's going to make several points. Look at ITW. It's a lovely, lovely breakdown formation under the lows, which is close, 51, 135, 51. I'm thinking maybe we should head. Okay, ridiculous number of shares, but I'm gonna add under 51, under 135, 51 in ITW. Really, I have 300 shares. I'm going to add another 200. That's it. Stop should be approximately $1. But I think ITW has the potential of making a big move. It's already down 7%. Could easily see it at 10% or more. Look at the dailies, this breakdown here just broke under this recent lows. Let's see the weekly though. Let's see the weekly. Sometimes you get a whole different perspective by watching the weekly. It has some support here. I love the way it's trending lower, but it also has some support here around the 135. Whoa, MU is out. MU is out. The market is slowly returning to the lows. Julian, THC, let's see. Any other questions coming from YouTube? I'm with you guys. THC is trending higher, looks great. Wow, daily looks very, very good in THC. It could easily continue. I don't see an entry point now, but it could really easily continue. TLRY then? Let's see. TLR, I don't know this one. I don't see anything. Just going sideways. Oh, it was recently IPO. No, don't touch it. Tesla Gilia. I saw Tesla. I'm not sure about it anymore. It's going sideways. The market is trying to maybe possibly make another leg down, but really it just came back to the middle of the range. So I don't really know much about market direction. I do think that Tesla, if you're going to swing trade it, it's going to come down dramatically. I think it has a fundamental problem. A lot of competitors, some bad issues within the companies. I think it's a nice technical formation and also a good fundamental reason to short Tesla, but right now I don't see much. Really just going sideways. SKX. Let's take a look at SKX. Sideways. Up, down. Kinda up now. More like sideways. I don't see much. Oh, right. That's the one. I think we shorted it and then we went long, if I remember correctly, on Friday. You don't want to trade this one. You see, usually a stock that gaps down that much, like it did on Friday, usually continues lower. I'm surprised to see that it's up almost 1%. But even though I don't even think it's trending higher. I don't know what's really going on here. It doesn't look so good. But even though you kind of see it trending higher, don't go long because the daily looks terrible. So don't mess around with this one. Daily just doesn't look right. You watch the daily, it should come down. Usually stocks like that don't pop up this next day, not even the third or sometimes even the fourth day. Just don't mess around with this one. I should have a stop in ITW now. The new stop, because it trended lower, should be over 137. So I'm going to change my stop now. We'll stop over 137. There's no reason for me to let it move over 137 right now. The more it moves slower, I can, of course, move my stop with the stock. Just changed my stop loss point. SWKS, I see some of you guys like it. Let's see. So daily just broke down on the 95. That looks good. Oh, I like it. Trending low, stocks down almost 3%. Nice support here. Right above the 24 line. I have a big issue with the market. I don't know what the market's doing. I love the fact that this WKS broke down. And usually it's quite a friendly stock to trade. It is trending low, so it looks okay. I need to see how it gets close to the 94. Right now, it looks like a great opportunity under 94. I mean, the breakdown formation here looks great. Stop loss is relatively okay, something like 50 cents. We can consider as WKS. Okay, pets. Let's see pets. Pets going sideways. I watched it earlier. I liked it somewhere under here. I can't remember the price. Maybe if it comes under the loss. Right? I thought earlier about taking it around here. But really, it's just going sideways. I need a really good proof that pets wants to move lower. I don't really like it now. ALGN Asif. Not enough volume in ALGN. Immediately when you take a look at the intraday, you can see that. You see these intraday gaps here. Not enough volume. 200,000 shares, not enough volume. And I don't see much of a trend. I mean, the daily looks great for long. Kind of an intraday upside trend, but not really much. IQ, let's see IQ. Not much. Looks like it wants to come down. Maybe this support here is a nice reversal which you can short, but it doesn't look very interesting. Just move down there. I don't think I would have trusted it. It is coming down, but try to move higher a little bit too much. Let me see the daily of IQ. I don't see much. When you watch the daily, you don't really have an answer. Is it downtrending now? Is it uptrending? It looks more like it's uptrending. So daily I don't see much. Intraday, the entry could have been here under 32.80 with a 20-cent target, 20-cent stop loss. But I don't think I would have trusted it because really it's just going sideways. I think even if it's going to reach 32.60, it's still just kind of a lucky trade, not much. Market just make a spike down, which is interesting. Raj, how are you screwed with pets? Like, what did you do? Well, let me say this. If you short pets, your stop should be 34. $61. The stock is down 15%, so I'm glad to say if you short it, that you have a better chance that it's going to come down. I hope you're on the short side, not on the long side. So you kind of have a little bit more chance that it's going to come down rather than move up. But it's really just going sideways, so really it's a touch and go. I don't know what's going to do. So it's kind of playing red and black on the casino right now with a little bit more chance for the red side, I guess. But how to say? AA, Tad. Let's see AA. AA is coming down. It looks nice. Not a big mover. Nice, interesting short under the lows. The only thing I can say against it, it's the stock is only down 0.2%. So although it's coming down and although it has a nice technical point here, well, it's just down 0.2. You better find something that has more than that. But now I'm looking at the daily. And while looking at the daily, I say there's reason here to short it. There's a kind of a bear flag here. Crashed down 3 days ago, continued on Friday, usually should continue now too. So, well, and the market touched new low. Okay, where's the lows now? 16. I'm still thinking, as you can see. Oh, come on. Okay, very small size under the lows. Under 40, 16, AA. Just posted it. AA under 40, 16. Very small size. I don't think we're going to see a big move here. I'm just watching the market now. The market touched a new low, which this is kind of declaration of possibly continuation. Well, hard to say for trending because the market is all over the place. But the market just touched a new low. AA has a breakdown formation. I did not like the fact that it's down only 0.3 right now. And I think we could possibly find something better. But then I looked at the daily, and the daily looks, wow. When you look at the daily, you can definitely see that it has a big potential. It's not a big mover though. Stop is approximately 25 to 30 cents. So that should be our target. The problem we have there is in the way to 20 something or 30 cents, we have the whole number, which is 40. It may be a bit of a problem. I'm not sure we can trust the market. Though we did just touch the new low. I'm short. So small size should take care of this. Stock is trending lower. We should kind of swing it down. Not sure we're going to see quick answer, quick move here. Again, watch the daily traders. Look at the daily here. Now, Friday's lows, hold on a second. Friday's lows, which is kind of support, is just above the 40, 40.03. And we did not come there yet. So we do have some kind of support at the whole number and at 0.32 possibly. Although I think the whole number 40 is going to be a little bit bigger problem than the 0.3, which is yesterday's Friday's lows. So let's see soon what's going to happen there. But the fact is, sometimes you may want to take a trade like that under 40. But I usually do that when I have like 5-6 cents to the 40, to the whole number. Then I would usually do that. But since we had 16 cents, I was ready to take the bet that it's going to come under the whole number or not. I don't know. We'll see soon. Watch ITW as it tries to move higher. You should have a stop there. Mine is over 137. Pullback in AA, nothing wrong. It's downtrending. Let's wait. What happened to HM why? Yes. Used to be one of our favorites. Oh goodness, no. 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 10 cents. Oh. Used to be a stock. Everybody was all over it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite. I'll tell you what. I can tell you a little bit more about this one, really. I remember saying in the room, my average trades in HMNY were red. I was losing money. I made some. I mean, at the days when it popped up so strong and everybody was trading it, we did have some fun with this one, but I lost more money than I gained in HMNY. The stock was trading at $40. Look at that now. 10 cents. Goodness. Yeah, Tesla's moving higher. I'm not surprised. Although the market touched a new low, so I should be surprised. Let's see. HON. Honeywell. You know, it's all over the place. Look at it going up, down, just crazy. And a love-hate relationship. You don't want to trade something that looks like that. You can never trust it. Look at how many times it did it today. And the volume's relatively low. And the daily suggests it's going to move up, really. Big upside day on Friday. You should usually see some continuation. CGC. Pullback after quite a long decline. I don't like the daily. Looks more like a pullback, as I just mentioned. When you saw the daily, it looks more like a pullback. You don't see much. It's a nice uptrend. It's up 5%, so maybe it's a little bit more than the pullback. I don't know. But I don't think I would touch it. We saw CLF earlier. I'll take another look. AA stop 40.51, maybe 40.40. If it's going to come down now to this level, it should be 40.41. Right now, if it moves higher, that's going to be 40.51. I did plan approximately, just a reminder, I did plan around 25 to 30 cents in AA. Now the market's pulling up again. We touched a new low. Oh, really? This is becoming too much. Yeah, let's take a look at CLF once more. It's moving, but it's not a big mover. Again, the personality of CLF is terrible. This is a stock you don't usually want to trade. It's trending higher, but just, take a look at this reversal, nice reversal here. If you would have traded this one, you're up 15 cents, which is great in CLF. Look at this reversal over here. That's another 10 cents. I don't know. I mean, you should be lucky for 10 to 15 cents in CLF. So yeah, it's trending higher. Stock is up 7%. Has a good chance to continue. The momentum coming from Friday is very, very strong. But you need to be ready for 10, 15. You're very, very lucky, 20 cents. It's not bad, but it's not what you're looking for. Guys, I hate the market. Look at the S&P. All over the place. Started with gap down, came down, moved up, closed the gap, touched a new low, which usually should suggest it's going to continue, but then it's coming back up. So What should I believe? And if I'm watching the Nasdaq is really trending higher. So it came down and now it touched a new high. But the fact also is that we did not close the gap in the Nasdaq, so maybe this is it. I don't know. But the market's all over the place and I don't see anything I like. Now we have to survive AA and I'm not going to move up on a spike. Look at the spike right now in AA. Big upside spike, high volume, never move out. Wait for it to cool down. AA is not a big mover. And then we'll look for a place to have a stop. NXPI, I was watching NXPI today. Going sideways, maybe if it's going to come under. I don't think 101 will be enough. I think it needs to come very, very close to the lows for you to short it. Maybe under 180. Maybe. It needs to be coming close to the lows with some kind of momentum, some kind of volume. Then it may look like it's going to move out of this consolidation area and making a decision. Daily looks great, shows it's going to come down, but you need to sit somewhere around here to short it. Market spiked up, so did AA. We do have a pullback, so we can use now, after we have a pullback, we can use a stop. Stop should be 40.64, which is sadly now getting ready to move out. Just touched it, barely touched it. I don't want to see it moving over 40.64. Just touched it. If it's going to come back up again, I'm going to be out. It's coming back up. Did not. Small pullback in the market would be helpful. It's one of the reasons I don't usually like to have a hard stop, because sometimes, guys, over 65 now is my stop. Big seller at 65. If you watched the level 2 of AA, there's a big seller at 65. So although I wanted to move out at 65, I move out at 66. That's one of the reasons I don't want to have a hard stop in the system, because sometimes you see something that you only see when you are looking for a way. Now I'm moving out. I'm out. Big seller at 65 disappeared for some reason. I'm out. Let's take a look at pets. Still going sideways. You don't want to go long because stock's down 13%. You don't want to go short unless it moves under the lows. As I mentioned earlier, you need to sit under the lows before you're moving. Just want to make sure it's crashing or something. Spot. Let's see spot. Spot's going sideways. Kind of interesting over 187. But not more than that, and the volume is relatively low, 40-cent spread, don't touch it. Yeah, the market's slapping us, certainly is. All over the place. B10. Don't usually trade oil companies. You know, it came down very strong today, at the beginning of the trading day, and then really just moving sideways. If it does come under 16, it looks like an interesting short, but I don't really think the stocks want to come down. Now, notice all this support that it has here. All of the support was with relatively high volume. So you see, if it's going to come down under 16, it's going to have a real hard time making its way down under 25 cents. I don't think so. You're going to have some trouble with this one if you're going to short it. And the market continue to move higher. Let's see what cool. came down, closed the gap, could move higher now. It's a nice reversal. This is daily. Daily looks very good for long. And the stock is up 1%, so, well, I would say this out of the rest of the longs that I've seen in the last few minutes. Roku does look interesting, maybe more than other, but it's not good enough for me. And I can't read the market. DDE, is there like a stock named DDE? Really? I never traded this one. DDE. Gaming and entertainment, really? Oh, it's a $3 stock, that's why I never heard of it. Well, it came out 58% today. It's going sideways. It's up, could continue higher. I won't touch the $3 stock, not really. HAL, I'm still short this one. It does have a nice breakdown formation under the lows. Does look nice. But I don't think I will add. I don't trust the market anymore. Only stocks I'm still trading is HAL short and HAS long. So I'm long HAS, which, as you can see, just moved to a new high. And we have like 4 points in HAS. It's my best trade today, absolutely. In HAL, but other than that, I don't have anything, and I don't think I'm gonna have. I don't trust the market. Nvidia is uptrending, but it's down 1.3%. And the market's unknown. I don't think you can bet on Nvidia's direction. Shop doesn't have any volume today. 270,000 shares. Nice uptrend, but I don't see much. Just watching this, I'm not even interested in taking a look at the daily, because just watching the intraday is just no way. TLRY, I think we were watching this one earlier. Let's see again. Yeah, nice kind of reversal here. Should probably continue higher. Looks okay, but it was IPO'd a few days ago, so you don't have enough history. Maybe. I mean, the market, well, I want to say the market's uptrending, but it's not really. I don't know what the market's doing really. So, no. CLF, I guess it continues to uptrend, but it's not a big move. I'm not interested. HTLD, never heard of it. The reason we never heard of it, I see now, is its volume is relatively low, 200,000 shares. Made a very, very nice move in the last few days. So it's coming up with nice momentum. Should probably continue, but the volume's too low. RETA, another one I've never heard of. Nice uptrend. Volume kind of okay, a little bit low. Big upside move today. Maybe if you want to ride it, kind of intraday swing it, you could do that if you find a low point. My idea of the CEOs buying billions worth of shares, I tell you something, Eddie. I stopped believing this stuff many years ago. I don't believe in companies that buy their own shares. I don't believe in analysts saying that's a reason for the stock to come up or anything like that. I tell you what, whenever I tried to trade this kind of news, and I didn't do that in the past quite a lot of years, whenever I did that, I almost always failed. If you're trying to come out with some kind of fundamental idea why you should go long or why you should go short, best advice I can give you is do the opposite. Really, the market is usually working in a total opposite way to what the fundamentals supposed to show you. That's why institutional traders make money and regular Joes are losing money. The market is built in a way that if something looks right to you, it really is the opposite. So it's kind of hard to say do the opposite because you can't convince yourself mentally to do the opposite because, wow, the CEOs are buying, something like that. But it looks clear that the market, that the stock should move up, and that's a good reason to short it. I'm not joking, I'm seriously saying that. I wouldn't do that myself. I'm looking for a little bit more than just go against my fundamentals. So I don't do that. But based on my past experience, whenever I thought there was a good fundamental reason for a stock to do this or that, I should usually put it up in the room and you should do the opposite, seriously. How are you doing today, traders? If you don't mind sharing your income with me today, I would like to know. YouTube traders too, if you don't mind sharing. Down 150, up 230, 155 green, good. $9 up, good. Ego is down 600, sorry for that. $1,500 green. Green, minus 70, 182, 170, red, 1K red. Up $51, 138, 800, 120, 200, down, up 900, 9 green. Somehow the $900 works well today. Well, I see more green traders than red, that is good. Let's see YouTube. We've got 238 Raycom. Ivan is down, woo, 4,500. Sorry for that, Ivan. Bad day, I guess. Up 50, red 900, up 540. Up 700, down 90. Okay. Okay, thank you for sharing. Yeah, sure, I'll share. I already did earlier, so. As you can see, I have more losers than winners. But my winners are greater than my losers because, as I mentioned earlier, when you're up and green, and I was up over 6 grand earlier, then you just reduce your size. And when I reduce my size, although I have quite a few losers later, these are small losers. Losers at that $380, 220, 900 is a bit bigger. But my losers are relatively small because when I was up, enjoying myself, having fun, I understood that I should reduce my size in order to stay green. So although I have more losers than winners, I reduced my size dramatically and I'm going to finish up $4,500. So I had another $1,500 earlier, but that's it. So I'm keeping green just because I raised my walls, which is something everybody should do when it's green. Yeah, Tesla's coming down. Let's take another look at this one. Would love to find a place to short Tesla. No, it's really not coming down. It's uptrending. Mile asks if I advise mirroring my trades. For relatively new traders, I do, Mile. I think it's a good idea for somebody who's just starting, but it does not has any future in this. There's no way you can become a successful trader if you mirror my trades. Because, whatever I'm doing here is quite advanced. Okay, let me start with beginners. Beginners have absolutely no idea what they should do. So they better start by mirroring some professional traders. That's not a bad advice. It's not easy, but it's not a bad advice. And then when you get more and more experience, I would say somewhere in between 3 to 6 months experience, you should start alongside picking some of my trades, maybe some of Scott's trades, Amir's trades, Dennis trades, Michael's trades. You should start picking your own trades and trading them. There's no future in mirroring other traders' trades. There's no way you can become a successful trader unless you have your own style, your own systems, and you try to master them as much as you can. That's the only way to make money. You will never become as successful as I am in my systems unless you adopt my system and you say, okay, that's the thing I want to do from now on. You just have to keep on trying, finding your own way of trading. Now, if you pick my way or other traders' way, mine is, I would say this, mine in comparison to other traders is a little bit more dangerous. I trade the first few minutes. Sometimes I don't. So fine, join me. But if you're just starting out, you should look at my systems, other trader systems. Out of the many systems that you see in the trading room, you should probably pick some, or one, or two. You shouldn't start with more than two really. So I don't expect you over the first 1 year to have more than 2 systems you try to master. And then you should develop them. It could be my system, it could be other trader system, it could be something that you developed by yourself. But there's no future in mirroring my trades. Absolutely no future in that. It's a great way to start because people who are starting out have absolutely no idea what to do. I just remember the way I started out. I loved mirroring other traders, although it wasn't easy. But this way I understood their systems. You can't understand my system or other traders' system unless you are in the trade. You know, when you're trading demo or you're just trying to buy and sell stocks with demo, doesn't matter if it's my system or the other trader system, you never understand it. Unless you're in a trade, unless your mind really has to struggle with the fear and the greed, you don't really understand the trade. You only understand the trade if you are in a trade. If you have a chance to make money or lose money, that's the only way you can understand the trade. So the only way to do that is by trading. What should you trade by your own when you're just starting out? Well, nothing unless you mirror somebody's trade. So you could mirror my trades. You probably do better than picking your own trades. That should happen somewhere in between 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year. But then you should lower down on that size of the mirroring trades and start moving into your own. I would like you to trade in the following way. I would like you to have your own 1 or 2 systems, and I'm talking about a year from the day you started. I would like you to have your own 1 to 2 systems, and you should concentrate on these 2 systems. Like you should be thinking, okay, that's my systems. Once you come to the conclusion, what is your systems? Now, I don't expect you to come to the conclusion in less than 6 months, right? And maybe even then have just 1 system you like. So you come to the point where you have 1 or 2 systems, and then you concentrate on these systems, and from the noise in the room, because there's a lot of noise in the room, which is troubling. I'm not saying it's helpful. I'm just saying it's troubling. If you listen to all the noise in the room, you should concentrate on your system. And then from out of the noise in the room, and you have to handle it this way, out of the noise in the room, you should pick something you like. Like I would take 5 trades and you look at all of them and you say, well, no, none of them is looking okay. Well, you know what? This 5th trade Meir just took is somehow within my system, or even if it's not within my system, I really like this one. So you should probably take 1 or 2 of your trades, maybe 1 of mine, maybe 1 of Scott's, maybe our trades you should do like 30 to 50%, and the rest should be yours. You shouldn't be taking my trades alone, or Scott's trades alone, or mirroring my trades. I've seen a trader. I kind of always give this example here in the room. I met a trader once after 3 years. He came to me. I physically met him in one of the conferences I gave. He came up to me and says, "I'm with you in the trading room for 3 years, and I'm still struggling." And I say, "Okay, please explain what you're doing." He says, "I'm mirroring every trade, yours, Scott's, whoever. I'm mirroring everything. I'm just doing everything. I'm just doing the exact thing. Sometimes I'm green, sometimes I'm red. I'm struggling. What should I do?" The answer is quite simple. Stop mirroring us. You're not going to go anywhere unless you stop mirroring us. You need to stop mirroring us, because if you will not develop your own style, you will never be a successful trader. That's it. For every trader, every trader is different. Mentality. Some traders say I'm very cool in my trading. I am, but I'm trading for 18 years. I should be kind of cool when I'm losing or making money. Hold on a second. It's my father. I need to answer that.
Hi, and good morning, everyone. Mayor, Amir, Neil, may I get a sound test, please? Okay, guys, how are you today? Not a stellar day for the market, opening up the week on let's put it this way, a very flat note. However, earnings season is with us, so stocks that are reporting earnings like AJL, AJS, those are the stocks that are giving the best moves today. So earnings season basically is saving the day from now until I think mid-September. Will be saving the day for us, no matter what the market does. I'm watching many stocks. However, the market is so indecisive. It's a good timing to be non-aggressive and wait for the best of the best. Market again now pulling back from the highs. Again, we are in a very tight range day. That's normal and typical for Monday. Won't be surprised to see us trading a narrow range day and at least until the after lunch session. Or maybe our White House friend is going to help us with a tweet later. I'm watching Baba, I'm watching Facebook, watching THC, but and of course AJS, but no new trades for me at this point, Ciao. And again, looking for new trades, look and be picky, because this is a stock picker's market right now. Most of the market is not doing much, and the stocks that are moving are on the top 20. Those should be the stocks that you want to be trading today. Of course, AJS now is at at the highs or near the highs, pulled back from the highs, but I don't see a new entry point for it, and THC the same. Another stock that's interesting to watch is WIX, WIX. I was watching for this one. It's not a big volume stock, but watching it for a breakout over 107.50. It pulled back like 60 cents. It's still on my watch list, but not gonna, overtrade or do anything aggressive in this market. WIX, again, I don't see an entry point for it other than 107.50 right now. And again, it moved lower, like 50 cents, and the market is moving lower. So you need to be patient. This is a market to be patient and wait around the corner for the best trades. MU was a stock that started very weak. For some reason, I really don't know why the MU suddenly developed strength and started to move higher. But maybe the view up on the daily. But again, this stock should be watched for reversal lower. Maybe at 53. I don't have an entry for it right now. Regarding Tesla, Tesla started with a sharp move lower. Again, I watched CNBC, and there were some, rumors about Elon Musk. I didn't read the article. I guess behind it was a sharp move lower, then a reversal from the low. Now it's threatening to break over the highs. This definitely should be a stock to watch today, Tesla. Talking about sectors today, if anybody is looking for a sector play, let me see who's strong, who's not. Biotech's down 0.5%. Retail down 1/3%. Financials are the only strong sector up, major sector up 0.8, and semiconductors are very weak today, down 0.95. So there's your place for a short play, semis, and the place for a long play may be a pullback in financials. Also energy, let me take a look at energy. Yeah, energy down 0.5%. Very, very flat market. Let's round things up that way. Guys, if you want me to look at anything, let me know. Again, like I said, I'm watching AJS, but it needs for a new trade to really break the 106, move lower half a buck or maybe a buck to the 105 area to be attractive as a potential long play in this market. LRCX is weak, I think, because of the semiconductor being weak. Hold on a second, guys. Where do you want to enter it, LRCX? Hold on a second. LRCX Summit wants to trade it under 173.78. Well, 173.78. I will wait. The VWAP is now at 173. It's not like it's gonna go exactly with this timing to the downside. There's no reason for that. I will wait to see more weakness before trying. just at your trigger, 173.78. If you're entering it now at 173, under 173.70, for example, you have a big stop loss, about $1 stop loss. So again, typical for this type of a trade. But I don't see it like being an amazing entry point right now. I've been watching IQ all day. It's trending lower, sideways and lower, 90% of the time sideways, and then pulls back, and then another leg sideways. It's not going to be an easy trade. Hold on, UAL should be interesting. Wow, very strong daily on UAL. The question is again, where do you buy it? I think in this market, you buy on a pullback, and the pullback is at least to the 81, 10 or 20, not buying now a couple of cents before the highs or at the highs exactly. I don't see it as a great entry point. It has UAL also has a low volume day. Let me take a look at Roku. I started the day watching Roku for a breakout over 52, and the result was not even close. Now it looks good, over 50, 60? I think 50, 60. 50, 60, support is under 50. Again, this stock is also moving 90% of the time sideways. Well, wow, DBX at the highs at 32. But Omar, if you watch the daily, you see a stock that's going nowhere for basically a month now since it moved higher. Um, 32. To tell the truth, on the intraday chart, if you watch it, looks good enough. If you watch the daily, you'll see a stock that's really not doing anything. It's not strong enough to buy it on a breakout. Definitely not strong enough to buy it on a breakout. It had one move today from the 31 to the 32 after moving sideways for about an hour, actually more, since the open. Volume not great also. Market not great also. Daily not great also. So you have lots of, not a lot of pluses before entering this trade. If IQ looks extended to the downside, you mean? No, it doesn't look extended to the downside. It's just not trending lower. It just moves sideways 90% of the time. I mean, it's exactly where it was at 940. I don't see like an amazing entry point on it right now, up or down. And of course, the overall trend is to the downside. C, okay, let's take a look at C. Yeah, C looks very good. C looks very good for a long play. It was an amazing reversal play. If you watch it on the chart, add the view up even cheaper. And the reason why I like C is because the overall sector is up. XLF are up 1.2%. So C looks good. Maybe over 70 because the reversal over 69.50 pretty much over now. And let's look at JP Morgan, maybe other financial stocks. Yeah, look at JP Morgan, for example, breaking now over 113 and highs. Morgan Stanley, yeah. All financials are now at the highs.
Hey, Michael.
Looking good for more upside.
Hi, guys. I'm back, but I'm not going to stay in. Michael, thank you for coming over. I'm just saying thank you for coming over. I am back. Just had a call from my father. Nothing special, but with all the situation of this after this car crash, I just have to talk to him. But I'm done trading today. I had a good day. Great start for my week. And I hope you did too. And I'll see you all tomorrow. So bye, traders. Thank you for trading today with me. And again, see you tomorrow. Bye. Michael can take over the charts.
Thanks, Mayor. Have a great day. All the best to your father and mother. Hold on a second, guys. I will upload my charts. I made the mistake, I think, not following closely on financials because the only strong sector today are the financial stocks or the financial sector, and missing on that pullback and now a move higher is that could have been something to buy definitely in this market. The way we're trading today, I have no doubt that we're going to move higher. The question is the pace. We are moving such a non-aggressive pace that's unbelievable. So I'm going to post my watch list. Let me see if I can refresh something here. I have Facebook that's doing nothing. I have Baba that's not very interesting. If anybody has something that, SQ is looking good. SQ is looking good. 71. The highs are 71.40. It's now trading at 71 and a quarter, as you can see here. Again, this stock is great on pullbacks, amazing on the daily. I don't know if this is a good timing to buy anything on a breakout. Friday, that's the daily on it. Guys, talking about a missing trade, NXPI, again, a semiconductor stock that's weak, and this is the daily on NXPI, and the sector is weak today, and we just watched it, I think, 10 minutes ago. I watched it 10 minutes ago. Had zero confidence of it breaking under the lows, really. If you watch the price action today on it, other than the move in the morning, it showed nothing that it's going to drop, especially with the market not doing anything to the downside, and it just did. No, I don't see a new entry point on CLF. It's at the highs. Wait for a pullback, or buy it on a breakout above 11. But I think it looks to me, look at it, it's extended. Definitely needs a pullback for a new entry point. If you're just adding, fine. But I think Amir posted it very early today, and it's a big time in the money. But I don't see a new entry point on it right now. With this market chopping around, this is the market, guys, including the pre-market. So let's ignore the pre-market. We are very, very choppy. Maybe we're going to break over the highs and get something going. But overall, at this point, I prefer more long plays to short plays, if at all. Yeah, AJS has definitely more upside. It pulled back. Now it's testing the 106. It pulled back 50 cents to the 105.50 and immediately moved back to the 106. I will wait for a setup on it on this trade. It looks good for a long play. MU, I mean, MU can completely reverse course after being very weak in the morning. The question is, can you trust this stock on a move higher? It's still down 3%. So this is a weak stock making a comeback with the market. Qs are still negative on the day. Let's put it this way. I don't like to buy it. No, I still think that this one can or should move lower. Despite the intraday trend is sideways and up, sideways and up. I don't like to buy stocks that are down 0.3% unless I see like a great entry point. I don't see that one in MU right now. Nvidia is also weak today, but trending higher. Let's put it this way. I will buy anything on a strong market and won't buy weak stocks in a market that's not doing much like the market today. So in a market like today, you need to buy strong stocks. CLF was a good example of that. THC was an amazing example of that. That's definitely I think the stock that I missed the most was this breakout here at 37 on THC. And then it pulled back twice to 38, but wasn't aware of it and did not buy in on the pullback. So now we need to wait. If I see an entry short on Tesla, 300 looks like an appealing number, you know. It's a round number. Probably you need to risk like $2 on this trade under 300. But if you ask yourself, is the trend in Tesla intraday to the downside? Not anymore. It was sharply lower in the morning, reversed all the way, broke from the lows to the highs and over the highs. Again, now it's coming back. You cannot, you cannot take out of the question and move higher again. So it won't be a big surprise to see Tesla move over 301 or 302 and retest the highs. It can happen. Yeah, obviously the gaining list is filled with financial stocks. Wells Fargo, STI is there. That would have been a nice pullback. Watching those, I did not, like I said, paid attention in time. FCX is a very, very slow mover. I mean, I won't call it an intraday trade, you know. Nice bull flag reversal here, but this stock is like a 10-cent mover at best. So the target, if you got it at 15.8, is 15.95, maybe 15 cents. If you're gonna get lucky for it to move 15 cents. Todd. TNRY, that's an IPO, isn't it? Wow, look at this IPO from 3 days ago, Friday, Thursday. It was IPO'd, I now remember it. IPO'd Thursday, Friday it had an amazing day. I think Scott traded this one. Today it's again crazy. Amazing volume, a bit spready. I will be very cautious about trading this one, especially on a breakout. The highs are over 34 now. Very, very fast mover. I don't see a new entry point for it. Let's put it this way. You need to wait for a pullback. This is an amazing mover. Yeah, whatever it is, cannabis or whatever, it doesn't matter to us if it trades cannabis, cars, or materials. It's still an amazing mover. If I'm looking at SKX, The daily is terrible. Now I remember Friday it had a huge down day, but closed at the highs. Now it's looking, good. The highs are 27. Over 27, I don't know. And I don't see another entry point or another great entry point for it on SKX. The market is exactly at the highs right now, right here, right now. NTGR is, I watched this stock earlier, very low volume and very spready. And now the spreads are only 10 cents, but it had like, 80-cent spreads or 60-cent spreads earlier. I'll be very cautious about trading. This one has 500,000 shares traded. Not a fan of it. Definitely not a fan of it. Not only doesn't have a great volume, it has this 10, 15, 5 to, 10, 15, maybe 20 cent spreads. And I'm staying away from it. This was the trade that I talked about earlier. This 107.50 on weeks. However, again, another very low volume stock that is very spready, and I did not take this trade. The market is at the high, so we can expect a pullback from here unless we continue higher, which, again, will be a surprise for me over this zero volume lunch session. Facebook is trending sideways, traded sideways, now reversed over the VWAP. It had, I won't call it a great entry at 210, but the market moving higher, of course, helped carry it over 210. It was over 212 today? Sorry, it was over 211 today. Still looks good. I mean, it's not up to it at this point. I think it's going to move higher as long as the market moves higher. It's going to pull back immediately with the market pulling back. If the market is going to pull back from the highs at one point, it will. Overall, I have to say that this is not an amazing trading day in terms of opportunities. And there weren't that many stocks that reported earnings today. AJL was one of them. AJS was another. I don't remember if there were other important stocks reporting this morning. Things will change tomorrow. There will be a whole bunch of stocks reporting. Regarding AJL, very weak day for AJL. Look at the daily. Actually, the daily is also terrible. So it's not only weak today, it's weak also on the daily. I have to say that I don't want to say that it's too early to decide that it's already done for the day because there's so much time for it to move up or down. I prefer a move lower, but I don't see an entry point for it right now. I will guess that resistance is over 42. If you want to short it now with the 22 cents risk, it's doable, but it's not like an amazing setup. There are some retail stocks actually trending higher on the top 20. Looking at energy stocks, this stock. Hold on a second, guys. Looking at these energy stocks, Patterson Energy, this should at one point reverse lower. That's one thing. On the other hand, it's such a slow mover for us to get the 10 or 15 cents out of it is going to be a big accomplishment. It had moved lower in the morning, 1, 2, 3, for like a 10 minutes to the downside, and since then it's spending its time sideways. ITW is um, Sorry, guys, I had to refresh. Can I get a sound test? Good? Okay. Hold on a second. Market at the highs, financials at the highs. Now we need a new trade. That's not going to be easy, but I'm with you on this one. Was watching Grace in the morning, trying to get something going on it to the downside. It had very good support here at 132.80. That's a $130 stock trading now a $1 range on earnings. I think this one should move lower. Again, if anybody is gonna see it come back down to the 133 area, I will be interested in shorting it. If it's gonna move higher, so be it. RETA, it's not tradable as much as I see. It's a 50-cent spread, and I will stay away from it. I don't know. Again, it's a biotech stock that has zero volume. Now 60-cent spread. Very, very poor liquidity. You're going to get a terrible feel on it if you enter. I'm not going to enter this type of a trade. Not to mention that there is no entry point. There was a good entry point here at 60. Now you buy it at 60. Actually, it looked good at 60, but you never know where it would have been filled. Actually, anywhere was good if you buy it at 60. Right now, it's in no man's land. And it's always easier to see in retrospect than to act real time. You don't know what the spreads were even at 60. I just watched it. The trend is amazing. That's and the daily is, of course, amazing. Obviously, it has news. It's a biotech stock, so amazing news coming out of it. But regarding trading it real time, it's very tough. Netflix has good support here at the VWAP at 355.50. So 358.50. If you want to short Netflix, draw a 358. I will call it again a market trade, and I don't see a lot of weakness in Netflix today. I mean, it sold off sharply in the morning, but since then it's up. I think the buyers will come in most likely at unless the market will return lower from here. So the only actually big move that I see now over the stocks that I'm watching is only Facebook now over the 2150. And again, with the market moving higher or sitting at the highs, unless you see something really, really weak, I don't think we're going to get anything, especially with the big movers like Facebook, Apple, even Baba is not doing anything. I'm watching Baba. It's just plain dead today. NVIDIA is not doing much. Guys, did you see this one? That was the good one. Pets for a fake breakout over 35, a spike to the 35.50, and immediately a move lower. Wow, that would have been a brutal one. Anyway, I will watch Pets despite the awful trend that it has today. It must, well, it doesn't must, but it doesn't have to, but I will look for a short play on it. Maybe after lunch, maybe, I don't know. It's definitely a stock that's worth watching for a move lower. Pet is not doing basically anything. That's the problem. I mean, since the morning, it was capped between 35 and 34, and broke over 35. Immediately came back down. Ugly price action, very ugly. I'm watching also a couple of small caps. Again, moving sideways all day. SE moving sideways all day. Those are from the top 20. I cannot trade something like race when it looks like this. It doesn't have a downtrend. It doesn't have an uptrend. It has more than anything a choppy sideways trend. I cannot be so desperate as to buy into or sell into this stock. Let's put it this way. It's a very disappointing move for a stock on earnings. Look at the volume. Look at the volume and look at the range. Terrible range. A good volume, but the range is not good enough, and meaning there is no trend. There is no trend. There is no trade. We've seen many stocks do this type of a trade today, sharply lower in the first minutes and then choppy as hell, and not doing anything since. Guys, anybody that's playing IQ and Huya and Billy, all of them are pretty much weak today. Don't see any new entry on Huya, but if Huya is down, probably IQ is down, probably Billy is down. Let me take a look at Billy and IQ again. Okay, IQ is not doing anything since we last watched it. Continues to be very, 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 very flat. And Billy actually is moving up. Okay. Most of the stocks that I'm watching are just not doing anything. That's depressing. Fast, let me take a look. Very, very strong daily for fast since the earnings day, like more than 10 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 days ago. If you're looking for an entry point for it over the highs, 58.40, I don't know. I'm not a pro fan of buying breakouts over lunch. And it's not like it has an amazing strength or volume or anything right now. I will stay out of it unless you really, really, catch it on a pullback back to the VWAP or the 5810 area. Sorry, 5810 area. It's worth some risk, but I'm not sure that this is like the best stock to trade right now. Bank of America, Bank of America is strong today, being that the whole financial sector is up. But I mean, the reversal was the entry point. 30.50, you would have gotten maybe 25 cents out of it. Now it's at the highs. You're not going to get anything, I think, from it other than a pullback. It's not a good mover. Also, it's a. I mean, this is a stock where you can load up and buy a huge quantity, but it's not an amazing mover by any means. Financials are up today 1.2%. CSX actually has very good support at 70. This is a long play that has, at this point, 7 cents stop loss. I think it was posted in the room. I don't remember where you guys posted it. The daily is also very strong, so I would avoid buying it on a breakout. Now you have 8 cent stop loss, 2 cents under the round number. It's not an amazing mover, or probably won't be an amazing mover over lunch, but looks good. Market continues to trend so slowly up. NVIDIA over 249. That's an interesting one. Late by about $1. So the 248 reversal on NVIDIA was a good entry point. 249 does not look bad, but now as we are approaching, actually we are in the lunch territory. I would be cautious with this one. Still looks good to me. NVIDIA over 249. The highs are near 250 today. Yeah, Facebook looks very good. It tested the 211, started the move at 210, I think. Actually, even lower. And it looks good for more upside as long as the market will continue to do that, meaning trade very, very slowly, but one direction, meaning to the upside. This is such a slow moving day, and this is the range today. We can hardly see the last 1, 2, 3 trading days. Very, very narrow range. Very, very little momentum. And this is earnings season, not at its best. But individual stocks don't care about that. Pizza is again on our watch list. Another move lower? What the hell? This is one crazy, crazy stock. I don't know what are the news in it today. I mean, the CEO is getting fired. He's back. He's not getting fired. Anyway, it has nothing to do, I think, with selling pizza. It has more to do with his nonsense talking. PayPal, let's take a look. Obviously, PayPal up 0.21% today. It was very hard for anybody, I think, to point PayPal as a strong move up because basically it did nothing other than this one good volume bar, and after that some continuation. But before that, just sideways and sideways on zero volume. So if you are able to predict this move higher, anybody that predicted this move higher and acted on his prediction, good for you. Obviously, now there is some pickup in volume. I don't know, maybe on some news. Yeah, well, after this big volume bar, buying it at 87 wasn't a bad idea, because that was the trigger that posted that something's going wrong in PayPal. Before that, it was go nowhere stock before that, but now I guess it has some fundamental news built into it. You shouldn't be surprised that most of the stocks are not responsive because everything is so slow. Very few stocks are responsive, if at all. Let's take a look at what was the stock. Hold on a second. Light. I tried to trade light today. Okay, this is not a trade. This is a big pop-up on news. The first power move, I think, that we had so far today. As you can see, guys, the pop-up in volume is substantial. Maybe 1,000% pop-up in volume. It's also very spready right now. It's a very good trading stock, light. It has a reasonable good volume. It's not so spready, but if you're looking for a move right now or an entry right now, I will be very cautious. Let me post it on my watch list, LITE. Yeah, I'm going to take Baba out. It's not doing anything so far. Move in on LITE and see if we can get anything going on it. If not now, maybe later. Big move on up on LIT. However, again, I won't enter it right now or up or down. Wait for bull flag formation if it's going to form under 56 and maybe trade it. I don't know what's the business of light, if it has been influenced negatively by the trade war or not, but definitely it's like a very tough trade right now anyway. Telecom equipment, okay. Again, it doesn't matter because Actually, it's better that you don't know what the stock is doing, so you focus on the technicalities, being that you're not telecom equipment analyst. And we are day trading here. Anyway, I like to trade light. It was very weak Friday. It was started the day very weak today. I guess the news are great for it. So it turned around. Let's wait. If I'm thinking about shorting Tesla, Tesla is like tested at 300. Exactly. So this is the technical point to short Tesla. Is it an amazing trade in terms of weakness in Tesla? As you can see, not, because right now Tesla is moving mostly sideways. Stop can be, a $2 stop loss is not a big deal for Tesla. So anybody that wants to short here at 300 with the stop loss over 302 has a good move to the VWAP. That's $2, and of course plenty of dollars to the lows, which are $10, $8 below. So in terms of risk reward, technically, if you watch the chart, it looks a good risk reward. The SPY is pulling back from the highs. That can lead to a move lower in Tesla. However, again, weakness in it, I don't know. The trend is sideways and up since the first half hour, as it is with many stocks. For the after lunch trade, this 27 breakout, I forgot to talk about it. This time 27 breakout on SKX does not look bad. This is for an after lunch play. Don't remember who posted this one, but watch the daily. And retail is, I think, relatively strong today. The XRT is positive. Qs also turned positive. I think I have a position on the Qs that I bought this morning, a small position that hopefully it's still alive. Okay, I cannot see it right now for some reason. Yeah, it's good. It's alive. Nasdaq futures are basically the only futures that I trust to continue higher in this, I would say, terrible market, because they are highly unlikely to be influenced by any tariffs, or the least likely to be influenced by the trade war and the tariffs, and should be an interesting sector to watch. Technology. All others, financials are doing very well today. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Wow, big pullback in light. So no bull flag and no, I don't want to say, but bull flag, it's like out of the question. It's completely the other way around. Pets also sharply lower. and XPI higher. This is like terrible. Did not take a new trade in the last, I don't know, hour or more. THC is unbelievable. Look at THC in the morning and look at the THC over the last 2 hours. Since 10:30, it's just not doing anything. That's bad. However, it's a signal of strength for this stock not to pull back at all today from this bull flag formation, meaning this 38.50 can be an interesting play, if not for the lunch session. Tesla looks great. I agree that Tesla looks great under 300. The question is, again, how it's going to reach 300 with some bad news implanted into the stock or just a technical trade. I don't think technicalities are very good on Tesla today because it's down and immediately up, and now it's sideways. So if you won't be lucky to have some bad news built into the stock, it's just going to move, I don't know, a couple of cents under 300 and then come back again, I guess. We'll have to see. MU continues its trend. It's unbelievable. I mean, very weak in the open, and now up, and anybody that try to short it is getting smashed here.